So I guess we'll get started. Gio, if you could advance the slide for me. So again, just a quick welcome for me. My name is Andy Fraze. I'm one of the senior leadership members here at CDW Canada. Really excited to be chatting today about the offering from Commvault. We think it really reflects, some of CDW's strengths in terms of bringing great solutions to our customers and market. As well as being able to design, orchestrate, and manage them. So just for today, again, you won't hear a whole lot from me. I know that I'm the person in front of the person who's in front of the person who's going to take you through the wine tasting. So after I'm done, you'll hear from Giovanni from Commvault about the metallic solution, which is a great solution that's addressing a lot of data protection needs for our customers. And then we have Christine Nicholson from Trius Winery, who will take us through the wine tasting. So Gio, if you want to get me forward again, we know CW Canada, we're the we're leading IT solutions provider and services partners, and we're really looking to help our customers and you leverage technology to help you achieve your business outcomes, whether it's the challenges of remote work, whether it's security concerns around data protection. We want to be, aligning with you on what your objectives are so we can bring you good, timely solutions to market. Gio, another advance, please, if you could. Again, our areas of expertise, as you can see along the wheel, in addition, to our strong, our strong logistics capabilities, in market around transactional business, whether it's supporting, endpoint devices or software. I mean, we have some great resources and great ability to execute for you in the risk advisory space, complex data center, and transition to hybrid clouds. All wrapped around the operational excellence that from CDW, and all reinforced by our service delivery capability. So, Gio, one more time for me to advance. And again, this integrated services approach allows us to assess, define, design, plan, build, integrate, and then manage ultimately. So we're not just looking at a point product, instance. We're also looking to have discussions with you around implementation and also management of that solution once it goes live. And that's really where I think that Commvault does a really great job of aligning in these areas where we're helping customers, because our technical bench has a lot of experience delivering Commvault solutions, and we have, a lot of examples where we've been able to work with customers to find the right fit from the Commvault platform, and also look at, interesting backup as a service and DR as a service platforms that we're managing for customers. So without further ado, Gio, I'll turn it over to you. Thanks again from us here at CDW. Thanks to Commvault. Thanks to Renee and the marketing team for making this happen. And I hope everyone enjoys the information and also the wine later. Have a great one.
Thanks, Andy. So as Andy said, I am Giovanni Mistretta. I'm the metallic sales specialist for Canada. Thank you to the CDW team for the invitation. Today I'm going to talk to you about Metallic, which is Commvault Software as a Service division, providing cloud-native solutions and enterprise-class data protection, all with the simplicity of SaaS. To be clear, Metallic is a division of Commvault. The foundational technology behind Metallic is Commvault Complete. So what we've done is ultimately we've redesigned and redeployed the same best-in-class backup and recovery technology in an as-a-service model to help meet our customers' challenges now and in the future. Before I jump into the product, I'd like to quickly talk about what's been happening in the market that's driving the rapid adoption of the Metallic product suite. The recent events, obviously everybody is dealing with the virus. It's certainly exacerbated and sped up the adoption of cloud technologies. And it's become clear that the cloud is now necessary in helping customers drive positive outcomes for your backup and recovery initiatives. With COVID shifting all of us to a remote work situation, increased usage of SaaS applications and tools has increased the need for businesses to react and protect those applications. Whereas we were all previously working inside of an umbrella, inside of our local area networks, we were somewhat protected. We're now out in the world and creating exposures for businesses that we weren't necessarily having to deal with. What Metallic offers is giving you a capable, flexible solution that can scale and meet your requirements now and meet the risk profiles that you have currently and in the future. As far as the changes in the market, we understand that businesses like yours are being challenged like never before. First and foremost, you have data in more places that you may have not had to protect, as I said. You have employee laptops and data at the edge, along with the emergence of SaaS applications and tools, and new cloud workloads and environments that you're looking at. Second, bad actors have increased their efforts. I think it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate reality that many of us are dealing with on a daily basis. But cyber crime is through the roof. It's very, very often that we're seeing news about ransomware attacks and high ransoms being paid. So it's necessary for us to not turn a blind eye, but to be proactive in our approach to fend off these attacks. Third, you also have new imperatives to secure the data. While you're leveraging SaaS applications in the cloud, customer data is always the responsibility of the customer themselves. And then fourth and finally, we're talking about constrained resources, whether that's your actual software that you're deploying or it's the bench that you have to leverage to actually maintain your IT environment. Whether leveraging CDW as an extension of your team, which many of our customers do, or looking at solutions like Metallic, which is software as a service, to help streamline the management of your solution. We're giving you options that can help ease the constraints on your team. So what I want to talk about is how these challenges are compounded in for organizations like yourself. So basically, how data sprawl, as it says, how data sprawl increases the risk of cyber attack. So you consider the ideas that you have to. I apologize. You consider the fact that you have to consider end user training, protection of edge devices, laptops, ensuring that you have your antivirus, anti-malware, firewalls, keeping your patches up to date, managing keys, identity management, Okta, SAML, Azure AD. All of the responsibilities of the IT organization are only being coming under more and more pressure with employee disbursement. And what we're aiming to do is give you a unified solution for managing and protecting that environment such that your IT managers can really focus on things that can help drive revenue for the organization rather than just work on the defense. To succeed with this approach and to succeed with all these challenges, we suggest a modern approach to backup and recovery. One that allows you to meet your SLAs and retention requirements while safeguarding your data from deletion and attack. One that enables you to shed hardware and large upfront costs and maintenance associated with data protection. One that gets you up in minutes, gets you up and running in minutes, and it enables you to manage remotely, which helps remove administrative burden. One that enables fast recovery by leveraging storage on premises, while also giving you choice of storage repositories, and one that helps you on the hybrid cloud journey, no matter where you are in that process, whether you're in the beginning or at the late stage. I'm speaking obviously of Metallic, Commvault's line of software as a service delivered solution. Metallic is designed to help companies of all sizes. We have customers that have tens of employees to hundreds of thousands that are globally dispersed. We aim to help you reduce risk, safeguard against deletion and attack, and seamlessly navigate hybrid cloud environments with a simplified management. And today, our portfolio is more comprehensive than ever. We protect SaaS applications like Office 365, Dynamics 365, and Salesforce. These solutions offer all-inclusive storage and retention within the Canadian Azure cloud. As you can see on the slide, you can see that Microsoft is noted on our slide. Metallic does adhere to Canadian data sovereignty for customers that are focused on ensuring that their data stays within the Canadian borders. We do adhere to Canadian data sovereignty as a point of fact. We also offer comprehensive backup and recovery for what we call hybrid cloud data protection. This is for environments that are more traditional, like virtual machines, Kubernetes containers. We also offer backup for databases, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle DB, as well as SAP HANA. And then finally, we have capability to back up on-premises or cloud file servers running Windows, Linux, or Unix, as well as blob storage in Microsoft or AWS. And we also deliver powerful backup and recovery capabilities for laptops and desktops. So I mentioned earlier that the remote management of environments is necessary. Metallic enables admins to manage from anywhere, but also we can help protect employees' laptops wherever they are to ensure that should something happen, we can recover data and also protect the environment from ransomware and malware as well. And as an additional benefit to Metallic customers, we're offering backup of Azure AD for free to any customer that signs a new Metallic subscription. This is a product that we weren't planning on rolling into Metallic until later this year, but quite honestly, working with our customers, when backing up the Office 365 solution specifically, our customers were looking for a holistic approach to that backup to include Active Directory. So what Metallic offers is really a capability that not only backs up Office 365 across the four main pillars, that's SharePoint Online, Exchange Online, OneDrive for Business, and Teams, but also backs up Azure AD or Microsoft AD on-prem to ensure that should something happen to the AD objects, you can restore those as well, really giving you a 360-degree protection strategy for 365. So just quickly, I'd like to review a bit about how Metallic works. So as a cloud-native SaaS solution, built leveraging the best of Azure PaaS and IaaS, the Metallic control plane lives in the cloud. Companies log in through the hub and have direct access, or can have direct access through the Commvault Command Center. I do want to point that out for any Commvault customers that may be online. You do have the access option of accessing Metallic directly through Command Center, giving customers the capability of leveraging the best of software as a service and Commvault IP in one centralized dashboard. But because Metallic is backup as a service, specifically Metallic, we take care of the backup infrastructure, updates, maintenance, and support for reduced management overhead. However, there is no technological compromise with Metallic because, again, as I said at the beginning of this demonstration, Metallic is Commvault's best-in-class enterprise-grade backup and recovery technology. So ultimately, customers of Metallic get the best of both worlds. You get the value of SaaS as well as the Commvault IP that's been tried and trusted for over 25 years. One of the conversations that happens with every single one of our customers is security. Obviously, the ransomware threat is real and is something that our CIOs are focused on each call. So Metallic leverages a hardened, multi-layered approach to security. We were very deliberate with how we designed the solution. So the things that you would expect from a Commvault technology are absolutely present within Metallic. We leverage AES 256-bit encryption for data in flight and at rest. And ultimately, as you can see on the screen, Metallic provides a virtual air gap between your source data and the backups. So we aim to ensure that you can recover your data no matter what solution you're deploying and no matter what happens. Ultimately, we need to ensure the immutability of your data, and that's exactly what Metallic does. So we implement multi-factor authentication on our side. We also enable that for our customers. So it's really a double gated solution. We also implement zero trust access control, have a separate control plane for the data plane as well as the data management plane of the solution itself, really giving you a solution that is hardened and secure as far as making sure that you can recover your data if and when necessary. Finally, Metallic is ISO 27001:2013 certified. We're also Type 2 SOC 2 compliant, HIPAA compliant, and while certainly speaking to our Canadian customers, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Metallic is FedRAMP Ready High, the only cloud backup as a service solution that has a status of FedRAMP Ready High. I mentioned that because we went through over 207 audit protocols with the U.S. federal government to achieve that status. One of the recent innovations of Metallic was our Security IQ service. This was a free capability to our customers, ultimately leveraging what we have in our system. And what I mean by that is we're leveraging information that is present for all of our customers to give you a recommendation for how secure your data actually is. So we, having worked with customers for over 25 years, have best-in-class kind of tricks of the trade to implement the Metallic solution so that you have the best possible outcomes and to ensure that the recoverability of your data. I'm going to go into the product momentarily to show you exactly what Metallic looks like very briefly, but you'll see in the Security IQ dashboard that we give you outcomes as far as how you can strengthen your security posture, enabling multi-approval for restores, for deletions, making sure that you've implemented multi-factor authentication. Ultimately, our goal is to help drive positive outcomes for our customers, provide valuable insights into the backup environment, and provide informed recovery points based on industry-driven best practices. This is a look at the Security IQ dashboard. As I go into the lab momentarily to show the suite, I'll show this specifically in a live environment, but you can see the layout of the dashboard and notice the visibility that Metallic offers to both IT administrators and to IT leadership. And as we drill into some of the different panes, you can see actionable information that Security IQ provides to help keep your backup secure. This is a look at the unusual file activity panel. From here, we can see a visual representation of file activities, specifically an increase in files being created, modified, deleted, and renamed, which is something that would deviate from typical behavior in your backups, which could potentially indicate a ransomware event. So as I said, Metallic is constantly monitoring the environment for these anomalous activities to provide admin proactive information to go in and actually identify those risk areas. And should there be something like a corrupted file, we can remove that from the data set and actually recover to a safe recovery point. And ultimately, the protections and recovery framework offered in Metallic are expanded within the Commvault portfolio. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the fact that Commvault and Metallic go hand in hand. Many of our customers are leveraging Commvault for some of their on-premises workloads and Metallic for areas that they see a better fit for a cloud solution. Whether it's Office 365, SaaS applications, virtual environments, customers of Commvault are leveraging on-prem in certain areas and Metallic all within a single pane of glass. And as I said, those protections and recovery framework offered in Metallic are expanded within the Commvault complete portfolio. As part of Commvault's readiness solutions, Commvault can assist in all of these areas. So we enable readiness by helping you understand threats and align technical solutions to your business requirements. We assist our customers in maintaining a state of readiness by providing resources necessary to address evolving risks. And this is something that we are actually working alongside CDW with ensuring customers are ready in the event of an attack. And we finally providing expertise and resources necessary to help you resume operations in the event of a data loss event. And again, this is something that Commvault and CDW work very well with in helping customers react and recover if and when something does happen. At the end of the day, our goal is to help protect you before an event and help you recover after an event. The goal ultimately is to not have any disruption whatsoever, but should something happen, please know that Commvault, Metallic, and CDW are here to help. So at this point, I'm going to jump into the product very briefly to show you exactly what Metallic looks like. And as they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So this is the.
It looks like there's a raised hand.
Okay.
Out in the participants. Is that does someone want to jump in with a question?
I'm game, Andy.
I did send that in the chat as well. So you mentioned a Canadian Controlled Goods Program. Sorry, no, you mentioned Canadian residency, data residency. So that made me wonder whether or not Metallic is qualified for Canadian Controlled Goods or Protected A or Protected B data.
So we are. It's a question that comes up. So we leverage the securities that we have currently in place for Controlled A, Controlled B, and we're in the process of putting in place a service agreement that specifically meets those criteria directly. So we're trying to do so in a way similar to what we did with the federal government in the United States. We're doing something similar in Canada. However, for customers adherent to those specific regulatory and those regulations, what we normally do is review the security architectures under non-disclosure to go through everything that Metallic has and work with our customers to ensure that we are architected such that we can meet those criteria. But just know that we are working on having something formal put in place, and that's near term.
Yeah, the Canadian Controlled Goods Program is a little bit different. It's analogous to the American ITAR program, and the actual requirements for it are very similar to the requirements for Protected B, but they're administered by completely different organizations, so they have to be separately. And one of the things about the Canadian Controlled Goods Program is there's a website where you can go see who are all the companies that are qualified for Canadian Controlled Goods Program. And so the bottom line for me is, for a large part of our infrastructure, I could never use Metallic unless your name appears on that site.
Okay. What I'll do is Saeed Syed is the director of is our VP of security for Metallic specifically, and he's the person working on the contract agreement with the federal government. And I'll bring up the controlled goods requirement. The question that I don't know, and I don't want to pretend that I do, is whether or not Commvault appears on that list. I believe we do. So I'll find that out.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would make sense because Commvault's usually an on-premise solution and it wouldn't be up to Commvault, but yeah, so.
I'll find out. I honestly, I don't know the answer to your question currently, but I will find out and I'll have an answer. I'll provide that back to Andy and Renee to pass along. Thank you. So as I said, this is the Metallic Hub. Ultimately, this is a web interface that you can access from the internet. When customers get into the hub, you'll see the service offerings that are available. And as I said, Security IQ is our latest innovation. If I go into Security IQ, it's going to ask me to relog in because I've been briefing for the last 25 minutes. But when I go into Security IQ, it'll show you the information in our lab environment. It'll give you at the top left, it's going to show you the security posture of Metallic. And it's going to give you information. When you go into the security posture, it'll give you information as to what you're doing. So ensuring that you have audit trail, audit logging turned on and set retention periods. But it's also going to give you some recommendations to strengthen your score, as I said. So ultimately, what we're aiming to do is drive positive outcomes for you in your backup and recovery architecture. And this is exactly what Security IQ is designed to do. We also provide more information. So the audit trail is a live look-in, so you can see. I just logged in. I logged in just now. You can see all of the other sales engineers and sales representatives in the lab, working in the lab currently. But we also provide anomalous conditions. As I said, if there's a lot of activity in the backups that wouldn't necessarily be part of normal operations, we'll flag that and point that out so the admin can take action on that. And we also enable the ability for an admin to go in and help locate that file, whether it's in your 365 environment or if it's on one of your file servers, your virtual machines, wherever it may be. We'll help the admin in locating that anomalous file, securing it, removing it from the backups, and ultimately, if we need to recover back to a previous recovery point, we can do that as well. if I go back into the hub, I want to just jump into one product, and I know I'm keeping everyone from the wine. Well, hopefully, I'm not keeping everyone from the wine, if I'm being honest. But I'll wrap up momentarily. I'm going to go into the Office 365 product just to give you an idea of what it looks like and what the KPIs on the dashboard are. So ultimately, when the customer logs in and goes into any of the products that they're leveraging with Metallic, the goal with the landing pages for each one of the products was to give you key performance indicators as to how your backups are running, what you're actually backing up, and any other information that would be critical for a backup and recovery product like Metallic. So what your plans are, your retention periods, what your usage is, ultimately what you would expect from a software as a service solution, giving you the information front and center so you don't necessarily have to dig around or try to find the information that you're looking for. The final piece I will add is live support is available 24/7. We have live support available through the Metallic Hub, so you can access and log in if you're looking for a quick answer to something rather than going through the documentation, which is available. You can just chat one of our support reps and ask a question, get an answer immediately. And we also recently launched a community page for our customers to interact and kind of learn best practices and speak on what Metallic is doing, how other customers are leveraging the solution, so that maybe you can help shore up some of the practices that you have.